Hello, boys and girls. I hope you're doing wonderful today. I am here with the opportunity to read my book called Be a Nurse Like Me to you. It's an educational book that will teach you about all the different types of nursing. It's called Be a Nurse Like Me. Half of the ones I've done and half I haven't done, but this book is an interactive educational book. Let's begin reading the book. Be a Nurse Like Me by Stephanie Peters-Monarch, myself, and the illustrator, the lovely Miss Sarah Meyer, did a great job on this book. It's colorful, it's fun, it's interactive. This is the first page. Be a nurse like me. You can become a nurse like me. I love to make my patients smile when they're sick. Be a nurse like me. Becoming a nurse can be lots of fun. Did you know that nurses are here to provide comfort to their patients? What do you think can be fun about becoming a nurse? Would you like to be a nurse like me? This is the educational nurse. If you like to teach, you can become a nurse educator. Did you know that nurses can help their patients understand how their bodies work? Would you like to teach a patient on how to stay healthy? Would you like to become a nurse educator like me? Rehabilitation nurse. If you like helping patients after an injury become active again, you can become a rehabilitation nurse. A rehab nurse for short. Did you know nurses are there to help their patients heal? What can be an example of something you can do to help a patient heal like a rehab nurse? Would you like to be a rehab nurse like me? This is a labor and delivery nurse. I like to help moms bring new babies into the world. Be a nurse like me. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. If you like seeing newborn babies come into the world, you would love being a labor and delivery nurse. Did you know that nurses help keep moms comfortable when they're having babies? Would you like to become a labor and delivery nurse like me? This one is a pediatric nurse. You see her taking care of the baby? I like to take care of sick babies and children in the hospital so they can go home to their mommies and daddies sooner. You can be a nurse like me. I'm a pediatric nurse. If you have a loving personality and want to help sick children get better soon, you should become a pediatric nurse. Pediatric nurses become very close to their patients due to the time spent in the hospital with the families. Did you know that nurses can help make hospital stays less scary for children? Would you like to become a pediatric nurse like me? An emergency room nurse. I like to help patients when they come to the emergency department in an ambulance after a car accident or after a child falling on the playground, breaking their arm. You can be a nurse like me. I'm an emergency room nurse. If you can think fast and move quickly to help save patients coming into the emergency room, or short, we call it the ER, you can be an ER nurse like me. Did you know that nurses help save lives in emergencies? Do you think that you can become an emergency room nurse? I bet you can. As an ER nurse, I loved this type of nursing. It was my favorite type of nursing. Would you like to be an ER nurse like me? A flight nurse. How exciting. I like to help patients be airlifted to the hospital when the ambulance is not fast enough to save their lives. You can be a nurse like me. I'm a flight nurse. If you like to fly and help critical patients get to the hospital faster, you can become a flight nurse. How cool is that? Flight nurses must love to fly and take care of really sick patients. Would you like to be a flight nurse like me? An operating room nurse. This was my very first job out of nursing school. I like to assist the surgeon in the operating room by prepping the patient's body for surgery and assisting with the instruments used for surgery. You can become a nurse like me. I'm an operating room nurse. If you'd like to help in the operating room, or OR for short, with a patient's surgery, you can become an OR nurse. Did you know that an OR nurse has to learn special instruments and highly technical equipment to make sure the patient's surgery goes well? Would you like to become an operating room nurse like me? A nurse anesthetist. This is the occupation I ultimately chose to do, a certified registered nurse anesthetist. I like to put patients to sleep so they are not aware and cannot feel their surgery. I make sure they feel little to no pain after surgery. You can be a nurse like me. I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist. If you'd like to put a patient to sleep for surgery and make sure they're safe, you can become a certified registered nurse anesthetist, or CRNA. The author of this book, myself, I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist. Did you know that CRNAs monitor and maintain all the patient's vital signs while the surgeon does the surgery? How cool is that? Would you like to become a certified registered nurse anesthetist like me? An advanced practice nurse. I have several friends and even a sister that's an advanced practice nurse. I like to examine and help patients who come to the doctor's offices and urgent care centers to seek medical care when they are feeling ill. Would you like to be a nurse like me? I'm an advanced practice nurses practitioner. If you like to examine and treat all different kinds of patients, you can be an advanced nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioners can specialize in the type of care they give. How cool is that? Would you like to be an advanced nurse practitioner? Did you know that nurses are friends who cares about what happens to you? Would you like to be an advanced nurse practitioner like me? This is the end of my book, boys and girls. This is the definition page, a glossary that explains each type of nursing I read about. I am so happy you took the opportunity to watch this video and listen to me read my book, Be a Nurse Like Me. I'm sure that at least one, not two of you, will love to become a nurse like me. Thank you so much. I'm proud of each and every one of you.